So, I know I haven't talked a lot about X-Men 97, the continuation, not the reboot of the X-Men 90s cartoon. I haven't talked about that, mostly because, like, it's just little news here and there, like Carl Dodd coming back as Wolverine, yay. I forget her name, but Rogue's original voice actress is coming back. She's making a big return, which surprises me because she for the longest time has been a member of the Canadian Parliament. I guess she got voted out. I don't know. I don't keep up with Canadian politics. I'm from fucking Florida. What the fuck do you expect from me? And I know there's going to be one guy who's like, oh, actually, she's still in office, or actually, she got voted out. I know one guy's going to be like that, because, of course, there is. It's the fucking internet. Anyway. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yes, why we're here. So, with, X-Men 97 going to be, I think they said 10 or 12 episodes. That's going to be a continuation of the original show. I just wanted to be here and talk about, like, something fun. I thought, rather than talk about, like, everything that's coming back in X-Men, how about we talk about what we could see in this new X-Men cartoon? Like, who could show up in this new X-Men cartoon, in one capacity or another? Now, there is a lot of characters in, obviously, X-Men. Tons of characters in X-Men, let's be real. But it's important to note that there are a lot of characters. The 90s was a major era for X-Men. I mean, if you were going to look at Marvel, the two things that were keeping it afloat were X-Men and Spider-Man. So, the whole thing is that there is a lot of characters we did not see in the X-Men cartoon that could appear here. And there could be versions of characters that we could get in this series, too. Like, there are versions of characters we could get. So I'm just going to throw this out here, and I know someone's going to go, well, that character didn't show up in the 90s, that character didn't show up in the 90s. I'm aware that some of these characters did not make their appearance in the 90s. All I'm saying is, there's a chance we might get a version of those characters, because this is the first X-Men cartoon we've had in a long time. So, and it's a different universe, so alternate universe means anything could fucking happen. So, bear that in mind. And as always, if you would like to, if you want to, like, who do you think could be X-Men, who could show up in X-Men, or who would you like to see in the new X-Men animated series, just hit the link, that's to my Patreon, hit the link to that too, please. I'm trying to make a business out of this. I really appreciate that. But yeah, just comment below. And other than that, let's get into talking about what X-Men characters would be cool to see in X-Men 97. So starting off as one character I think is more than likely going to show up. I'm going to say it right now. I think the one character that is going to show up above all others, I think the one character that is going to show up in X-Men 97 is Deadpool. And you could make the argument that Deadpool has shown up in there, but not really. Deadpool cameoed, I put quotations, cameoed, in... he showed up in the X-Men cartoon a while back in a quick blink and you miss it cameo when Wolverine was fighting Morph, and Morph transformed into all these characters that Wolverine knew, and one of them was Deadpool. So I think Deadpool, because of his popularity and because... he has been seen, and they do reference him, so I think Wade Wilson is going to show up in X-Men. I think he is going to show up in the X-Men cartoon. Now, to who is going to voice him, I think it is probably going to be Nolan North. He seems to be the go-to voice for Deadpool. Although I would like to see John Cashier from Marvel Ultimate Alliance. He did Deadpool at Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I'd love to see him voice Deadpool again. Not Will Friedle, and I'm not saying Will Friedel's a bad voice actor. Obviously, he voiced Terry McGinnis, Ron Stoppable, very good voice actor. He was not a good Deadpool. He is not a good Deadpool. But I will say, I do think it's probably going to be Nolan North again. But I do think if there is one character, I think we can all... He might not show up. There's a 10% chance, but, Disney loves making that money, and Deadpool makes money, let's be real. I think the first and foremost character you have to look at that might show up in this cartoon is probably going to be Deadpool. I think it's safe to say Wade's coming. Phrasing. Phrasing. As for others, I know we had a alien race called the Family, which was basically like the Brood, but not the Brood. I think it is possible that we actually do an actual version of the Brood in here. I think that is a strong possibility that we get the Brood in here. Legit version of the Brood, and have it like, maybe you could tie it into like saying that the Family was like an offshoot breed of the Brood, or like a variant species. That could work. But yeah, I do think the Brood are a big possibility for another character to show up in this cartoon, like in full regalia. As for others, I am going to say that this is going to be an interesting one. I do think another character that could make their appearance in at least the cosmic side of things, and this is going to sound crazy, but one character I think would be cool to see in here is Vulcan. You know, the third Summer Son. Vulcan is, for those who don't know, Vulcan was this character that was created on the Marvel cosmic side of things, and is the third Summers brother, who became, for a hot minute, the he became the magistrate, emperor, essentially, of the Shi'ar Empire, before he was defeated by, I think it was Black Bolt who beat him. I think Black Bolt defeated him. He was like a mad king, and he was actually part of the original, original X-Men, like very first team that went to Krakoa, and then they failed and quote-unquote all died, and Xavier wiped everyone's memory of that. It was in X-Men Deadly Genesis. It's a stupid book. Fucking hate that book. Because, like, it makes no sense. Anyway, so... sorry, I lost my train of thought. So Vulcan, I think, would be kind of cool, and I know what you're saying, but Multi, that character didn't show up until the 2000s. Why should it show up in a 90s cartoon? Well, it's a very, like I said, this version of X-Men is a different universe. It's a vastly different universe, and I think you could do some changes. And we've done a lot of cosmic stuff with the 90s cartoon that I think it would stand to reason that you could probably get away with doing a version of Vulcan. Like, maybe have him as a big villain for the cosmic side of things, like him trying to usurp Lilandra would be kind of a cool idea to play with. I think he'd be a really good fit, and see more of the Summers family. So yes, Vulcan would be cool. I would say, he would be a cool villain to see. As for other characters I would love to see show up, I would like to see... I just had it, too. I think it would be kind of cool to see Sugar Man. Because we did some Age of Apocalypse stuff, and Sugar Man would be kind of just this gross, disgusting... Even Dark Beast would be kind of cool. Like, maybe we can do a version of Age of Apocalypse in the 90s cartoon. I think it'd be kind of cool, like, do a version of Age of Apocalypse, which they wanted to do, and they kind of did in the cartoon. To be fair, they did kind of do a version of Age of Apocalypse in the cartoon, but they never really, they never went full tilt on it. So I think it'd be kind of cool if they did a version of Age of Apocalypse and have, like, Dark Beast and, X-Man, Innate Gray would be cool, and Sugar Man show up. All of those characters would be a lot of fun. I'd like to see what they would do with an Age of Apocalypse done right, because we got teased with that for a second season of Wolverine the X-Men that never came, so, what can you do? I think that would be a lot of fun. I would even love to see, like, I would like to see maybe, we have all the major X-Men who's really shown up in there. I would like to see maybe more of the supernatural side. I would love to see Nastrith. I know that's not how I pronounce his name, but it's a very fucking hard name. I'd like to see Limbo. Yeah, give us Limbo. We didn't do anything with Ileana. We could have her become Magic. As I recall, she never became Magic, and maybe we could get the New Mutants. Like, that'd be kind of cool, is like do New Mutants and a version of Generation X in there too. I think that would be a lot of fun of having like a mixture of New Mutants, and to be fair, we did see some of the New Mutants in the cartoon and some of Generation X. But I think it would be kind of cool if like we brought in the like all of the characters and made them like an actual team. It would also make up for the god-awful New Mutants movie we got. Thanks, Fox. That's a great way to end your X-Men series. Yeah. Anyway, so I think that'd be really cool. I don't think we got Danny Moonstar. She'd be great. I'd love to see the Demon Bear as a villain in one of the later seasons. I would love to see... We did kind of get Warlock. To be fair, we did get Warlock, and I don't think we got Cypher. I can't remember. I would like to see more of the Phalanx, and I would love to see like a more extreme version of the Reavers. And maybe Cameron Hodge. I don't think we got Cameron Hodge in the cartoon either. If you don't know who Cameron Hodge is, he's like this very xenophobic X-Men villain who really has it out for Angel. So I think it'd be cool to see him. I don't think we got him, but I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I've watched the cartoon. Anyway, so those are just a few ideas for new characters to show up in the X-Men cartoons. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what characters would you love to see in X-Men 97? Like new characters to show up in this universe. Just comment below, let me know. And as always, if you haven't already, hit the link below to my Patreon. Hit the link there. You can also get movie review. That's where my movie reviews are and other exclusive content. And if you hit the 4th tier, you can send me requests to do for videos here on YouTube. But other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.